for the member in charge to wind up, because that's a convention in 30-minute debates. Blake Stephenson to move the motion.
Thank you very much, Sir Roger. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship. I beg to move that this House has considered tourism in Bedfordshire. Bedfordshire is a fantastic place to visit and spend time. Just over 30 minutes outside London on the Bedford line, served by the M1 motorway and a major international airport in Luton. But despite this easy access and the attractiveness of our county, too often Bedfordshire is a place that people pass through, not a place that people stay. Our international tourism economy is worth just £100 million, and our domestic tourism economy worth just £250 million. In this place, I want to do all that I can to change that, to grow our tourism economy and encourage visitors, both domestic and international, to come to see all that Bedfordshire, and in particular beautiful communities in Mid Bedfordshire, have to offer. And I'd be happy to welcome any colleagues who wish to come and see our beautiful county for themselves to our constituency. We're so fortunate in Bedfordshire to have so many beautiful and interesting historic sites, places like the Moot Hall in Elstow, Woburn Abbey, Rest Park in Silsoe, Ridgemont Station and its fantastic heritage centre, Ampthill Park House and so many others. Visitors who want to get out into nature can walk the Pegston Hills on the edge of the Chiltern National Landscape Area, or hike the Greensand Ridge, perhaps strolling through the scenic Woburn Deer Park to the village of Eversholt, made up of 13 of Bedfordshire's historic Ends settlements, and up past the ruins of All Saints Church at Segenhoe, an ancient scheduled monument. On your way to browse the historic market town of Ampthill, first awarded charter market status in 1219 by Henry III, you might pass through the village of Millbrook, home to one of the largest vehicle testing centres in Europe, which has played host to the silver screen to British icons from James Bond to Jeremy Clarkson. Beyond Ampthill, you'll come across another scheduled ancient monument at Houghton House, before passing through the village of Malden, home to sites of special scientific interest like Church Meadow and Malden Wood, and on to Clophill, where you can see the remains of Cainhoe Castle and enjoy scenic views of the whole Greensand Ridge from St Mary's Church. If you want to... I'll happily give way.
Thank you, Sir Roger. I'm very grateful to the honourable gentleman. He's making an excellent speech. You may I say that I strongly support his work for his county and have friends in his area, and I have actually visited some of these wonderful beauty spots. In my own constituency of Reading, we have exactly the same challenge, that many people pass through our town, but they don't recognise or don't have time to appreciate the wonderful heritage that's there, particularly the ruins of Reading Abbey and indeed Reading Jail, where Oscar Wilde was incarcerated, our beautiful riverside and many other spots. Would you agree with me that there are other towns and country areas in the south of England which also, like Bedfordshire, could do with greater promotion of their wonderful tourist beauty and possible visitor attractions?
I thank the honourable gentleman for that intervention. I absolutely agree. I think commuter towns, particularly, and towns that are just outside London, they become areas where people travel through and they don't stop off. And I think there's more that we can do as a country to promote those areas as destinations. And I'll come on to some ideas, particularly for my constituency, in a moment. If you want to spend more time in beautiful countryside, you could also visit the beautiful Sundon Hills Country Park, a new community forest in Marston Vale, or the Barton Hills National Nature Reserve. And whilst in Barton le Clay, you could do some shopping in the charming Old Watermill shopping village. Across our villages, you can experience the historic and characterful traditional English village pub, whether that's the Chequers in Westerning, the Greyhound in Haynes, and the Star in Charlton. Our pubs have been at the centre of village life in Bedfordshire for centuries and continue to be vibrant places to grab a drink and a bite to eat. Families can come and visit the Woburn Forest, Centre Parks just south of Millbrook, go ape in Woburn, or perhaps spend a day at one of our fantastic safari parks in Woburn or Whipsnade, the latter in the constituency of my honourable friend, the member for Luton South and South Bedfordshire. Also in my honourable friend's constituency is the historic estate of Luton Hoo, where I hope we'll be able to welcome the Ryder Cup in the coming decade. Golf fans need not limit themselves to Luton Hoo, with fantastic golf courses right across Bedfordshire, including the Millbrook, Aspley Guys and Woburn Sands and South Bedfordshire clubs in my constituency. And we don't just have great golf. Rugby fans can enjoy RFU Championship rugby at Ampthill, and football fans will soon be able to visit a state-of-the-art new stadium at Power Court to watch Luton Town, or get an authentic non-league football experience at Ampthill Town, Tottenham and Barton Rovers. I met with Barton Rovers recently, and I hope that the Minister will work with me and the club to explore how we can secure funding for a new 3G pitch there that will help us take the club to the next level. Mr Chairman, I trust that colleagues will forgive me for my whistle-stop tour of the attractions of Bedfordshire, and in particular of some of the fabulous ways to spend time in my beautiful constituency of Mid Bedfordshire. But I feel that it's important that we do all we can to promote the varied reasons to come and spend time in our county. Because as I noted at the start of my speech, Bedfordshire should be a prime location for a thriving tourism industry. 30 minutes from London, centrally located between Oxford and Cambridge, home to an international airport and served by a major motorway. But too often we're a county that you pass through and not a place you stop to spend time and money in our local communities. My vision for Bedfordshire is a place that is more than a blur through the train window, but is a place where domestic and international visitors will get off a plane or a train and be excited to stay a while. Since my election in July, I've met with Visit England, UK Hospitality, Experience Bedfordshire, local businesses and other local stakeholders to understand what we need to do to grow our local tourism, hospitality and leisure economy. Bedfordshire is one of the last counties in England without a local visitor economy partnership. And whilst there are differing views about exactly what the right solution to promote our local tourism industry looks like, the consensus has been clear that we need to do more to promote it. The imminent delivery of East West Rail will help to deepen our county's connections to Oxford, Cambridge and nearby Milton Keynes and provide new markets for our local tourism industry. The potential of a major expansion to Luton Airport that would bring millions more passengers to Bedfordshire and which is currently sat on ministers' desks offers another major opportunity to put Bedfordshire on the radar of more potential visitors. But we must ensure that Bedfordshire is in the right position to attract those new visitors from across Britain and overseas and make them see our county as a place to stay, not just a place to travel through. That means getting the right support for local tourism, ensuring the Experience Bedfordshire and our local councils have the resources they need to promote our county. It means fully embracing the opportunities provided by the busy Bedford line and the new East-West Rail services on the Marston Vale line to put our county's best face forward at local stations to entice holidaymakers to get off the train and stay a while locally. It means promoting our county and its destinations more abroad, taking advantage of the UK's international campaigns to promote UK tourism to also promote tourism in Bedfordshire. We can offer international visitors an authentic experience of a traditional British county and all the best that Britain has to offer, all within an easy commute of London, Oxford and Cambridge, and we need to ensure that we promote that. And it means ensuring that we do more to ensure that the people coming off planes at Luton Airport are encouraged to stay in Bedfordshire. It also means protecting the things that make our county such a fascinating place to visit. We must do more to ensure that the small and independent and often family-run businesses at the heart of our tourism, hospitality and leisure economy have the support from government that they need. They need to be supported to employ more local people, not taxed more through an employer's national insurance hike that will make it nearly 3 times more expensive in taxes alone to employ a full-time worker on minimum wage. We must also ensure that the government's efforts to deliver thousands of new homes in Bedfordshire do not come at the cost of the things that make it a great place to live, work and spend time. Indeed, Natural England highlight the vital importance of the whole Greensand Ridge National Character Area of protecting our distinctive estate villages from inappropriate development. We need to protect and enhance the historic character of our villages with sympathetic small-scale development, whilst also restoring nature and conserving the beautiful landscapes of the Chilterns and the Greensand Ridge. And we must ensure that development, where it does happen, comes with the right infrastructure, so that we build great places people want to spend time in with strong local character, not just characterless, gridlocked suburbia they could find anywhere. I don't want the Minister to misunderstand me. I know that we cannot grow our tourism economy in Bedfordshire by just stopping, standing still and looking back only at the past. From my conversations with Experience Bedfordshire and others, I know that one of the biggest barriers holding back tourism in our county is a lack of accommodation providers. If we're to seize the opportunities to grow our local tourism, hospitality and leisure sectors, We must attract new hotels and wider accommodation settings. And we have some fantastic opportunities to grow our tourism industry in Bedfordshire. They include the Bedford to Milton Keynes Waterway Park, which would run through the Marston Vale near the villages of Brogborough, Marston Mortain and Wootton in my constituency, connecting the Grand Union Canal and the Great River Ouse. This project will attract 750,000 visitors, create nearly 1,000 jobs and bring in an extra £26 million for our local economy. We need to ensure that this project is delivered to a high standard as quickly as possible to seize the benefits it will bring to our economy. Government support would help us to deliver this project faster, and I hope the Minister will ask his officials to look at how the government could assist in delivering this project of regional significance. But the Waterway Park is not the biggest potential boost to our local tourism economy. Indeed, where what used to be the world's largest brickwork site at Stewartby in my constituency once fired the bricks that built our nation, now it has the potential to power our local economy again as the home of the Universal UK theme park project. Backed by 92% of local people and local leaders from all parties, a £50 billion boost for our local economy, bringing around 20,000 jobs for local people, but also crucially offering us an opportunity to turbocharge our local tourism, hospitality and leisure sectors with potentially 12 million more visitors in our area every year. That's a game changer, bringing millions more visitors to Bedfordshire to stay in our communities and see all that we have to offer. Universal could be the key to unlock the government's growth mission in Bedfordshire, bringing in billions in investment that will have both direct and indirect benefits for our communities. Mr. Chairman, we've already seen that the Jurassic Coast has done for tourism in England. I come here today to ask the Minister to work with us to unleash the benefits of Jurassic Park on tourism in Bedfordshire. Couldn't help it. Mr. Chairman, Bedfordshire is a beautiful historic place to live and spend time. We are fortunate to have some absolutely fantastic local hospitality, leisure and tourism businesses, and as their Member of Parliament, I'm determined to put Mid Bedfordshire on the map as a place for people to visit. If the government is serious about its growth agenda, then Bedfordshire represents a real opportunity, unlocking Universal, delivering the Waterway Park, and ensuring that we have the right promotion in place to take advantage of the opportunities presented by East West Rail and Luton Airport would turbocharge our economy. I hope the Minister will work with us to deliver on this agenda, and I would welcome him to Mid Bedfordshire to show him the opportunities and some of our beautiful attractions firsthand. Thank you, Chairman.
I'm pleased to be able to offer my Jurassic chairmanship. The question is that this House has considered tourism in Bedfordshire. Sir Chris Bryant.
You're not Jurassic. You're a mere slip of a boy, in parliamentary terms, anyway. Can I first of all congratulate the honourable member on securing this debate and welcome the fact that